Good morning, y'all. Today is January 13th. So this morning, sold some eggs. I picked up the roost from the smaller property, so I have that. I can't get into the barn because the lock's frozen. So I think I might have a lighter. I always have some sort of emergency backpack just full of stuff. So I'm gonna rifle through that, see if I can heat that lock up so I can get in. So I did have a few things in my bag. I had a bunch of toe warmers. They're super old, so I doubt they'll heat up, but I'm trying to heat those up because then I can just stick them on the door handle, do my thing. I did have a lighter. It doesn't have a ton of fluid, but it does work. So I think I'm just gonna heat this key up because it's too windy to keep this weak lighter going out there. So I'm gonna heat the key up real good, stick it in the lock, and hopefully I get lucky. If not, I do have an extension cord around back as well as some heat lamps. I could plug it in, bring it around, and heat it up that way. The lighter and hot key trick worked really quick, super simple. Glad I had this on hand. Looks like Sicky's over there preening herself a little bit, but she hasn't moved. So far I've got 2 heat lights set up in here for them. The water's still frozen, so I gotta work on that. Right now I'm just working on getting some heat. That coop over there is completely dead, minus water. These guys still need a thing of bedding, food, water, but the heat lamps are on. Over here, these guys now have heat lights. So that's nice, keeping them toasty. Rusty's under there. And then these guys, if it focuses, have found their light. You can see all the bags of bedding that I grabbed the other day. So I'm not using them. Might as well make a windbreak. So I'm gonna do that. Also gonna break open a couple bales of straw and toss in these coops. Building up these coops all the way around. Gonna make a straw wall back here. Feeling pretty good about that. When you're inside the coop, it's nice and cozy. Christians are out playing around. On the inside, broke open a bunch of straw, so they're enjoying that. Same with these guys, cows I should say. I put even more in there for them. Gave a little square there for that one with the bad leg to jump up on that roost better. But yeah, it feels really good in there now. I feel a lot better about that. So there's the other roost I popped in here. I got it from a smaller property. All the chickens did fit on this roost over here, but it was very tight. So just to let them spread out a little bit more, they've got some more room now. I've got all the water and food done at this point. I put Sicky over here under the heat lamp again. She drank a lot of water. She preened herself a little bit, and she's not doing too much as far as moving, but at least she's still kind of acting okay. Working on painting the ceiling, and then next we'll start figuring out some sort of color for the wall. I'm not dead set on this at all. I just randomly chose 5. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I don't know, I feel like some of those are a little too dark. I am not an expert at picking paint. My mom is better in that department, so I might have her run out and see what she thinks. But for now, just working on getting the ceiling done. Doing good on painting the room. We've got the ceiling and first coat done, and now working on the walls for the first coat. I heard some chickens out here squawking, so I wanted to grab some eggs. It's been a little while since I've been out here. Also check on water, make sure everyone's doing good. I did, in this coop over here, there was a buff Marin mix that was getting beat up, had some blood on her head, so I put her in with the coop out there. Looks a little trashy, need to pick it up. So she'll be out there for a little while until she heals up. Well, the painting is as good as it's gonna get for today. So I had 4 cans that were just laying around in the garage. Mostly full, not quite enough to do the entire room, but everything minus 1 wall. So that's a good feeling to have that much done. All right, y'all, so now the paint is just drying and I'm gonna take advantage of staying warm in this room as long as possible and gonna do the rest of the lights. So 3 are up, need to put 3 more up. So working on getting that together. It's the little box you gotta wire up, and these are the lights, so get those popped in. Starting to get dark out. I've got both heated waters plugged in. I got this one for my parents on my birthday, which is so nice to not have to worry about water. Thank you guys. And then over here in this other coop, I have another heated water plugged in. It's a little different style. It has the nipples on the side. I got that from my grandma. Thank you so much, Grandma. It's just so nice to have and not worry about. I do want to make sure all the roosters get in here. Currently 1 speckled Sussex is missing, and Americana's out here. Gonna look around for him. He's kind of in the rebel all day, hanging out by himself. I don't see him. Keep on looking. Ah, there he is. Wrong side, buddy. There's a little hole there where you can see in though, so I might be a little confused. Go on. Morning, everybody. Today is January 14th. It's currently -6 and with a wind chill of -27. It's a little frozen again. So it's super chilly out. Let me get this out. I'll work on it in a minute. I gotta check on these eggs and hopefully they're not frozen. It's still early morning yet. The pearl whites tend to like lay their eggs earlier than later. And then my heavy breeds in this group here tend to lay them a little later in the day. So I want to do that really quick. And I also want to get everybody some water, make sure things are good. These heated waters should have done the job. Looks like those are good. That's good to see. And of course, those froze up real fast. They were starting to freeze last night as I was leaving. But got 1 egg, not frozen, thank goodness. It's really cold though. And sometimes, oh good, they were smart and laid them under the heat lamp. Good chickens. All right, at least they're clean. Oh, there's one that froze though, darn it. That's crazy how those freeze so quickly. I don't even know if I could step on that one. Yeah, nothing. So probably just take that out and chuck it. Solid like a rock. We'll go check on the other chickens. See if we got any eggs in here. See how Sicky's doing. got pushed out of her spot. I had her on the heat lamp yesterday. Last night I was in here kicking chickens off, and I thought maybe putting a board up would help keep them out, but it didn't really work. So, got any chickens? 1, 2 in there. And not frozen, so that's good. 3. Don't have enough pockets for all this. Alright, so 6 eggs. This heat lamp here, one of the chickens hopped off and knocked it loose and broke the bulb. I do have another bulb in there, but it's not a heat bulb, but it does produce a little bit of heat. It is chilly. Let's get some heat going in here. Had it set at 43 last night, so we're gonna crank that up, make it a toasty 70. I actually did have one of the speckled Sussex eggs freeze. That's why the bedding was stuck to it, because it split right through there. So, oh well, 2 froze, but I'll be hanging out for a while, and every few minutes or whenever I hear an egg cackle, I'll go out there and check for eggs. One thing I am worried about is having water. So let's see if it turns on. That's a good sign. And it's good and hot too. I was kind of worried because how they trenched in the water line, it's pretty shallow up by the barn where it actually comes in to the well room there. So if anything, I thought that would freeze and I'd be done. So far it's hanging in there, so that's good. Go ahead and get some water thawed out on the roosters and the sick pen, get everybody some water, and wait around for eggs. It's so cold in here that it won't even read what it is. I've seen that thing go down in the negatives, but man, it must really be bottoming out. Good morning, everyone. Today is January 15th, I believe. Temperature-wise, we are about the same. That lock's getting a little better every day. Still -6 out, but the wind chill is only -20. Ugh, to work on that later again. So we're 7 degrees better on the wind chill today. Still a little breeze, but not bad. Yesterday, that breeze is what made it just miserable to be out here. I mean, it was already cold enough, let alone the wind on you. So I've been getting out here earlier in the mornings because I want to make sure all the animals made it through the night all right, thaw out water, and grab eggs before things start to freeze. So let's see how they're doing. Of course, the little waters are all frozen. This sick chicken is still hanging in there. Put her under the light a little better here in a minute. Still got food, water's frozen. I don't think they figured this thing out yet. No, it's still pretty full. Ah, dang it. There's 1 frozen egg in there. Maybe 2. Oh yeah. That one's frozen. Darn. Okay. Ah, that one's frozen too. Okay, so there's 3 frozen ones. Do I have anything good yet? How about this one? Okay, that one's good. Dang, it's only 9:30. These girls are busy this morning, so I'll get these out of here. What is this? I think that's just poop. It kind of looks like an egg. All right, so there's 3 frozen ones. Let's go check on the pearl whites. Good morning, chickens. Y'all knock your food over. That heater water is still good. They drank a lot. These gals don't really like the nesting box, unfortunately. I'm usually finding them on the ground. I saw one over here. On the edge, probably frozen. Wow, it's not. Cool. Alright, so we're up to 2. And I don't see any more. You guys need some food though, don't you? So go ahead and grab this one. I brought from the smaller property the other day, I grabbed my last heated water So I'm gonna give that to the roosters today. It's just one less water that I have to worry about. Even this thing isn't wanting to stay lit today. Got plenty of fluid. Go get the torch. Driving to meet my mom over at Lowe's so we can start looking at some paint colors. She has a better eye for that stuff, so yeah, I'm gonna let her decide that. Alright y'all, so my mom and I chose a bunch of really pretty colors. We stayed pretty light, but with a couple hints. So she's holding sea salt. I have natural choice. One's lightly green, one's slightly beige. They look really light, but then you put them on the wall and they get so dark. So we were putting it everywhere in here, and I feel like it's just going to be too dark for this room. So we're going to try again and find something even lighter than this. I am still shocked on that paint, you guys. It just looked like it was white in the store, but I went ahead and just grabbed that one anyway, just for the sake of having one more color to look at. And that one was too dark. I just cannot believe that. So I'm glad my mom is helping out with that because it's not my department, but definitely good to look at all those. I grabbed, I think, 10 eggs earlier after I got back. So I'm gonna go ahead and redo water. As you can see, it's frozen again, and fill up all the feeders one more time. Even though it's only 8 degrees right now, it feels considerably warmer than yesterday, which is kind of crazy to say. But chickens are all done. Gonna run back to the hardware store and look at some more paint colors. All right, y'all, so second time around, these are the colors we're looking at. Honestly, they all look kind of the same to me. This was the original color we had that was way too dark in the room. So we tried to go with slightly lighter colors. That one looks kind of dark now. So I think one of these will work this time, but we'll see how it goes. I'll mess with that tomorrow. It's getting kind of late in the day now. Good morning, y'all. Today is January 16th. For the first time in a few days, the temperature is not in the negatives. I think it's currently 1 and the wind chill is -14. So every day we're getting a little better. It's a bit more of a breeze today, I think, than yesterday. So first things first, check on the chickens, grab eggs, do water, all that good stuff. See how that Sussex is doing. She was actually more perky yesterday than she has been in quite a while. And she's still hanging in there. Good morning, chickens. Not under the heat lamp, girl. I'll move her in a minute. See an egg on the ground. Obviously frozen water, so lots of work to do. You know, even though it's freezing out, it is really pretty still. We got a little bit more snow last night. It's just pretty. Just got back from Lowe's. Grabbed some paint, made final decisions, so that's cool. Grabbing eggs real quick if there's any while I was gone, and then we're gonna get to painting. I've been having trouble with this spigot the past couple days, just not wanting to move. I think all the steam coming up gets in here and it's hard to turn. I was able to thaw it out yesterday, so I'm gonna try it again today. Scared me a little bit. I was able to move the handle, but the water wasn't coming out. Started coming out of the slow trickle and came out pretty quick, so that's good. We're definitely over the worst of this cold weather. It's only getting warmer. It's not getting above freezing for a while. Gonna let that sit and thaw out for a minute, head upstairs and put these eggs up. Howdy out. Today is January 17th. Things are looking up. We're currently in the 20s. The hot water spigot wasn't frozen. The little thermometer in there is actually working. It's reading 22 degrees in the barn right now. And so far I haven't had one frozen egg. When I looked at the thermometer in the pearl white coop over there, it's reading almost 40 degrees, which is awesome. We have the sun coming in. More on that coop. Still a little in this coop, but not as much. It's actually sunshine over there. And yeah, so the coops actually feel pretty good. Also, that speckled Sussex that wasn't feeling good, she's doing better. When I walked in, she wasn't under the heat lamp, but I think this is her up here on the perch. She's standing up, walking around, blinking, looking good, preening herself. Yesterday, she was getting a little more energy, looking around and doing a bit more, but not really moving. But that looks pretty promising. I'm surprised. She's cleaning herself right now, so I'm gonna grab eggs. I see a few in the nesting boxes here and keep on working on chores. I am so happy, you guys. She is eating. I have not seen her eat anything in a long time. I feel really good about that. I am so happy she's doing better. I was starting to get a little concerned yesterday and the day before that she still wasn't eating any food, just with these cold temps, shivering, just maintaining body heat and overall condition. Luckily, she was already a chunky bird to start with, so that really helped her out. Just so glad to see that she's eating today. She'd been drinking water the whole time, which was definitely encouraging. Once an animal quits drinking water, that's a real bad sign, but slightly hopeful because she was drinking, and this is a really good sign. And every day, well, the past 2 days, she's been slightly more alert, so I love seeing that. Howdy out. Today is January 18th. Feels pretty good out. Figure I'll go ahead and let the roosters out now. Just working on chores real quick. Greatest news is in that speckled Sussex coop with that sick one. I can't even tell who she is anymore. So I am so glad to say she has fully recovered. The Americana rooster decided to fly over his little fence. He's coming over to say hey to his ladies. He is not coming in. He's gonna have to figure out a way back. So this is the third night that I'm working with, particularly the speckled Sussex. Most of the other birds are good about going up. It's a little after 5:30 at this point. There were only a couple birds in the nesting boxes, so it wasn't terrible. But I just figure I'll stand here for, I don't know, another 30 minutes, however long it takes, until most of the chickens are figuring out that they need to go up there. Sickie was up on the perch over here behind me, but that's her right there. So she's doing good. She's actually being a bit of a bully to anyone who sits next to her, so I like seeing that spunk. But I went ahead and just put her over there instead of shooing her off. That way she didn't have to mess with that. But these other chickens have to learn, so far so good. Not too many are hopping up here. So I think a lot of them are just starting to figure out that the nesting box is not the roost. I'm about 45 minutes into this. They're just a couple Sussex that still don't quite have it figured out. So I may just have to pop them on the roost. I don't like doing that because they don't learn as quickly because they didn't actually hop up there themselves. But for the most part, we've got all the chickens up there. So just a few of these running around, but pretty close. Overall, a lot of progress. Howdy out. Today is January 19th. Got some more snow. Nice big drift in front of the barn here. Can't even see all my ice. It goes down a good ways. Oh, I can feel the ice down there though. But completely covers my boot. So that's a pretty good drift. But overall, I think it was just another couple inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on getting the chickens done. gonna do one final check on these chickens. I am completely out of chicken food right now. I should probably try and close this window. It's a little breezy. There we go. So yeah, I need to go run and get some chicken food tomorrow. I think the feed barn's open till 12 on Saturdays. Got a little bit of snowdrift going in here. Final call on eggs. And we'll be good for the day. I think today and tomorrow are both cold. Yep, there's another one. So, and another one. Man, chickens were quick. Wow, 4 more. So I've already gotten a couple dozen today, so the chickens are really starting to pick up. But yeah, today and tomorrow I think are going to be a little chilly, and then after that we're going to warm up, and it is going to be super muddy next week because it's calling for rain and we're going to be in the 40s. That'll be kind of gross out.